Hello folks and welcome back to the channel. Today we are in the HP REVERB G2 in Microsoft Flight Simulator using the free DLC Top Gun Maverick, and as you can see right now we are taking off in the hypersonic, ridiculously fast Mach 10 aircraft that is the Darkstar, which is featured in the real Top Gun 2 movie. By the way, I watched it and loved it, despite many people slating it for being too cheesy. I friggin' loved it. Let me know in the comments what you thought. Anyway, we're going to try our hand at doing this particular mission, which is flying from one side of the United States of America to the other at Mach 9, which is pretty crazy. Now, I've got to say, I've seen lots of videos, pretty amazing ones, including Mark from the Sim Hangar did a great video of doing this very mission, but I thought I would try it in VR because that is where this feels absolutely spectacular. So if you haven't tried it yet folks, I really do recommend it. So right now we're going to roll inverted so that we can pull positive G and start pitching down. Now I must admit these instructions were very well laid out by Asobo, and even though I'm a sort of hardcore flight simmer, I thought it was quite engaging actually and very well paced. And also you really had to pay attention to your speeds and you know, making sure you stick to the course. Also, the behaviour of the aircraft felt very interesting in the high Mach numbers. You know, you had to be very careful not to overstress this bird. For instance, at the moment we're now very gradually pulling up, no more than 1.2 Gs, so we can gradually start pitching up again, and then we can start heading to Mach 3 hopefully. Now this point I did find it took quite a while, so I did pitch down a little bit, get the momentum going, and then pitch back up again. Now just to say that I'm so proud that this channel has a sponsor, and I have often said no to sponsorship on the channel, but I truly do believe in VRWave, which are a tailor-made prescription lens insert provider, which really does help correct for nearsightedness, farsightedness and any astigmatism you may have. But also, not to mention the fact they're really good for glasses wearers, but I also think that the blue light filter is very important when you're, you know, in VR for a long length of time. It personally helps me sleep. It can even help with motion sickness, which is quite interesting. I never knew that. I really do recommend them guys, especially as, you know, there's a lot of lens inserts providers out there. These are the best by far. Anyway, let's get back to the video. We are now going to engage the scramjet. It's quite easy to do, just follow the instructions there. This is my first time trying this in VR, and yeah, I must admit it was a bit more difficult than I thought, because obviously there's no autopilot and you really feel the weight of the air on the airframe. Now looking out, it's just incredible in VR, because I don't think I've ever experienced, in fact I know I haven't experienced, flying this high in a flight sim in VR, particularly this fast as well. Very, very cool indeed. So here we are now pitching up and trying to reach Mach 9. Does take a while, and you need a very steady hand, let me tell you. In fact, I actually decided to use my honeycomb alpha yoke, as I just felt the extra weight from the controls felt more realistic than using a normal joystick. And look at that. The glow from the Darkstar when you're reaching Mach 9 is incredible, and I must say she's a very beautiful looking bird for such a sort of hypersonic, you know, modern sort of piece of technology. It's a shame it's not a real thing. Who knows, it might be, but we'll never know, not for a while yet. So there we are, looking up at the stars at over 120,000 feet, and there it is, we're chasing the moon as well. Wow, just fantastic. It's funny because I know there's loads of YouTubers that have done this now, and I'm probably the last person to show this on the channel, but I think it's quite interesting doing it in VR because it gives you a totally different take on it. I did try this with the head tracker. That was good fun, don't get me wrong, but this, oh my goodness me, it felt incredible. So as we start bringing ourselves back onto course here, we've reached our sort of next waypoint and we're going to start heading down. And just have a close eye on that vertical speed. It starts going berserk and it feels like we are literally dropping out of the sky, which we're basically doing here. It's very important to make sure that you don't overstress the aircraft. You do get a bit of a warning there on the left hand side, no more than about 2.5 G or so. I would recommend, and just be very, very careful with your movements. And here I'm really concentrating to make sure that I'm on speed and on course, because this thing doesn't turn very well when you're going pretty much as fast as a speeding bullet. Now I must say actually that I really did enjoy the HP Reverb G2, particularly because the musical score for this DLC is very, very well done. Something I don't think anyone's mentioned, but the beautiful music really sets the scene in my opinion, especially when you are flying so high up. Really, really fantastic. And the G2 with the OpenXR toolkit, you know, it might look a bit stuttery on the mirror, as always is the case, because I'm, you know, basically showing VR, which is very challenging. But I was getting around sort of 50 frames per second at times. When I got a bit lower to the ground, it went to about 45 frames per second. So now we're going to disable the scramjet, something you don't often say in any aircraft. And we can finally see the ground again in all of its glory. And soon we'll be thinking about getting on approach and getting that landing gear down and bringing it home safely. I was also quite aware that I was a bit fast. I was coming in quite hot. But here we go. We're going to go for it anyway at this point, and let's see how I do. Now, apologies, the VR mirror image slightly moved. I think it was probably due to the Mach 9 that the whole sort of VR mirror seemed to shift to the right. But hopefully you can see my landing okay here, because really you can't see outside. You're basically just relying on your synthetic vision. Right, I'm going to shut up now and enjoy the landing. Oh, bit of a bounce there. But she's down. And that music just really sets the scene. And it's also quite a relief actually, I must say. Yeah, I really did enjoy this challenge, and I want to say one more time thank you to VR Wave for supporting and sponsoring the channel, particularly this video as well, because without their support it really does make it difficult to continue making content so much as I do, because I do have a full-time job, folks. So if you want to support the channel, please feel free to subscribe, and yeah, let's see how well we did here. Drum roll please. 35 minutes, I'll take that. I'm pretty happy. But please do let me know in the comments, have you done a better time than that? No doubt you have. And thank you to everyone and all your support. We're pretty much at 20,000 subscribers now, and I have a very exciting giveaway on the channel coming up in the next video. As you watch this, I will be enjoying RAF Cosford, and I'll see you all again very soon. Bye bye for now.